Hello and welcome to the Simple Marketing Solutions podcast, where we help health professionals and coaches to transform their digital presence with confidence and ease. I'm your host, Ameeta, a seasoned marketer and naturopath, with also a best-selling author, if you hadn't known that. I'm passionate about guiding individuals in the natural health industry who feel often overwhelmed with everything digital and trying to grow their presence online. I break it down so that they start to realize how simple it can be. I do this through my private coaching and online group coaching program called She Succeeds, and done for you marketing services, which include web design, email marketing, and online course creation. Today, we are going to dive right in to looking at transitioning from a one-to-one patient model into creating online courses and group programs. I called this episode One-on-One. No, thank you. It's time for Groupies and Gains. And that's exactly what I really want you to take from this. It's a bit of humor in the name, but it is a serious topic, and it's one that's going to revolutionize the way that you practice moving forward so that you can start scaling plus feeling more in control with having to use less of your energy and time in your business. So we're going to get into, first of all, the 7 benefits. And number 3 and number 5 are so important when it comes to benefits for you and your clients. The first one is scalability. Now, when we're talking about launching an online course or a group program, it really means that as a health professional, you can tap into helping more clients in a shorter amount of time, rather than relying on that back-to-back appointment of seeing one patient at a time. You can leverage technology, which is right at your fingertips these days, and start using the digital platforms to grow your business without investing more of your time. We know that time is limited. There's only 24 hours in the day, and we don't want to be working every single one of those hours, correct? So doing an online course using a platform that allows you to reach more people is going to impact your reach with helping people, but also your potential income. The second benefit is that it is going to create time efficiency. And who doesn't love this? Being able to reach more people simultaneously, also giving you that revenue that I just mentioned, and having a larger volume of time on your hands because you're not scheduling one-on-one appointments all the time. It's what allowed me to use Tim Ferriss's model of the 4-day work week. When I was seeing my patients in my naturopathic clinic, and it really revolutionized my business and gave me my time back. I started to be able to enroll in my art classes again. And when I came back to work, I felt more creative and I saw things differently. The other thing is that number 3 allows you to really increase your revenue potential. Now think about it. An online course generally has a lower price point, but you can sell it to as many people as you can get it in front of. Therefore, that earning potential is limitless, and it means it can also be working for you all the time without you being physically involved in that process. It also means that you can start reducing the number of one-on-one sessions that you run. And I said that this one is important, and it's personal well-being. Often I find that we as solopreneurs or micro business owners in the health industry are not good at taking our own advice. We will be advocates of telling our clients to take it easy, to do less, to have more time. We need to take that advice and start learning how not to burn out in our profession. And it can start with looking at opportunities like launching an online course or a group program where you get to shift from that one-to-one model into a model that gives you more time, gives you more headspace, and allows you to start living a fulfilled life. I have found that my clients can now go out there, work from anywhere, travel the world, and still know that they're dealing with their clients, working with them in a way that's more efficient and leveraging your expertise. Yep, your knowledge, your skills all combined into this amazing way of getting in front of more people with an online course or group program. You reach a broader audience this way, and it allows you to structure your content based on all the years of experience of working with that audience, that target audience that you've been dealing with. Bringing all of that together into the way that you format your resources and video content, or how you want to bring that to life. For me, when I was practicing as a naturopath and I started implementing my courses, I became known as the energy expert. This allowed me opportunities for collaboration. It also allowed me to start presenting nationally on this topic. And I got to contribute to an international #1 best-selling book called Elevate Your Health. So there are opportunities when you hone in on your skills and become seen as the expert in that field. Community and support is the next one, my friend. This is number 6, and it is so important to remember that it doesn't all have to rely on you when it comes to motivation and encouragement in support of your client's journey. Remember that they have the ability, when they're part of a community, to work together, to cheerlead each other on, to support each other and share their insights and their growth and their healing journey with each other. And therefore, it becomes a much more collaborative space. And number 7 is flexibility and freedom. Like I said, I've got clients that now travel the world while they've got their online courses and group programs going in the background. They are finding themselves again. They're finding that they've got time to reconnect with the people that they love, with the passions that they have outside of work. It also means that you have given your patients and your clients that same freedom and flexibility of learning at a pace that works for them in the time that they have. And they don't have to be nailed down to an appointment directly with you. So it's also then important to start thinking about how you're going to put that content together in a way that works for them, that allows them that freedom. So for me, I was dealing with clients that were going through burnout, adrenal fatigue, um, exhaustion, thyroid issues. So time was not something that they had a lot of. Energy was not something that they had a lot of. So I had to make sure that my content, my videos for my programs were not hour-long videos. I made sure that they were 2 to 3 minute segments that were easy to digest, and even the resources that I provided were simple, easy to follow recipes, infographics that they could look at, understand, take that knowledge and implement it straight away. So think about your audience when it comes to allowing them to feel the freedom of joining up for an online course. Now, I do also want to touch on the 7 steps that you do need to take before launching your course. Number 6 is the key to getting it right, and often the one that people do not spend enough time thinking about or delving into. Now, when you're a health professional, I know that deciding to implement an online course or a group program into your private practice can feel a bit daunting. It's not always that feeling like, oh, okay, I'm just going to do this tomorrow. It does take time. It does take a bit of planning to get it right, and it does take clear communication. And in the 7-day boot camp that we've just launched, that's going to start on the 7th of June. The tickets are now available. It's called the Clarity to Visibility Boot Camp. And in this boot camp, I will show you the 4 exact steps that you need to follow in order for you to get this working for you, to get the audience working for you, to get the program sorted, and to be able to feel confident moving forward with your launch of your online course or group program. So if you want to access it, it is open now, but only for a few more days. So jump on to www.holisticvision.com.au/clarity to visibility bootcamp. I'll pop the link in the show notes so you can just click on that and head straight in, secure your ticket, and jump in and join us for a 7-day, really easy to follow program where you'll have time to implement everything that you're learning straight away so you can start seeing the results immediately. What I love about the program, from what people have said in the past, is that it's simple, it's really easy to follow. Leanne from Lotus Energies had amazing results in getting the clarity that she needed. She's now out there on stage on a regular basis doing what she loves and providing her program to groups as well as one-on-one. So if you need that motivation to get it working for you, join the Clarity to Visibility Bootcamp right now. Now back to the 7 steps that you need to do before you launch. Number 1 is identifying your target audience. Now, I'm not going to go into detail about this because you know it. And if you don't, then I've covered this in depth in episode 34. But it really is important that you understand who the audience is for your online course or group program. Number 2 is conducting the market research. You want to know what your competitors are doing, and this is a step that a lot of practitioners do not do. They don't know what their competitors are doing and what's working for them and what's not. You need to be able to conduct a SWOT analysis on this and understand what you are going to offer and how are you going to differentiate yourself. Think about all the big fast food companies, for example, McDonald's, KFC. They are always innovating and adapting to the market. When the trend of eating healthy kicked in, you saw their menus change. More vegetables, more fruits, more healthier options, wraps came in. They keep an eye on what their competitors are doing. It's important that you do the same no matter what size your business is. In episode 35, I cover all the details of how you can go about this. So listen to that episode. The link will be in the show notes. Number 3 is to define your value proposition. Yep. How are you going to set yourself apart? You've got the expertise, you've got the knowledge, you've got the course content in your mind. How are you going to package this so that it is different to what's out there? Think about this. In episode 37, I cover all of this in terms of packaging your services. So head back and listen to that episode if you haven't. Number 4, creating compelling content. Like I was saying with my example, I made sure that my content was in a format that worked for my audience. When you've done the work with understanding who your audience is, then you can create content that works for them. Pull out all your case files of the clients that you've been working with in this niche and look at what's worked, what the results have been, what you've done, the steps that you've taken, what you've provided in terms of resources. And that's your starting point. Then the price and packaging. Remember that it's important to price it correctly based on how much value you're providing. Don't forget that you don't want to sell yourself short. Thinking that if you sell it cheap, you're going to get more people to sign up might be the wrong belief to have. Because when you price something, you need to consider the value, what the results are going to be, the time that it's taken you, and who your audience is. So when you understand all of that, then you can put a price on that. When you've done the competitor research as well, that's also going to help you to price your product the right way. And number 6, like I said, this is the one that people forget to think about and then just choose something on the fly. And it is technology and platform selection. My friend, when I set up these programs for my clients, there are a few that I love because they work so well and they're easy not only for you to upload all of your videos and content, but it's also easy for your client to access. Remember what it's like for them as the end user experience. If it's glitchy, they're not going to do it and they are not going to recommend it, which means that your sales are not going to be what you expected them to be. So there are some amazing platforms out there, hundreds of them these days, and I know that it can feel like a minefield. If you want to have a chat, book in for a free strategy call and we can discuss the best options that would work for you. I'll pop the link to the booking link down in the show notes. So feel free to book an appointment and we can have a chat. And the next one is marketing and promotion. Now, in episode 39, we covered how to create that content plan, how to start launching your program is so important because you need to start raising the awareness. It's not about putting one post out there and thinking, that's all I need to do. People will come to me. No, social media doesn't work like that, unfortunately. The algorithm needs to pick up that you're promoting something and you've got something of value. You need to get people to engage with it. And you need to have crafted a really compelling message when you're communicating the value, the benefits, of your program. It needs to resonate with that audience. And if you've done that target audience homework in episode 34, then you got it. You've nailed it. You might do some tweaks as you move on because that's normal, but you will understand your audience and you will know what you need to write to attract them. So remember, if you do want help with all of this in getting that idea out of your head and working through each of these 7 steps, I have brought it down to 4 simple steps in our 7-day bootcamp called Clarity to Visibility. It starts on June the 7th. Tickets are now available, so you can join right now. Head to www.holisticvision.com.au/Clarity to Visibility Bootcamp. Register today and you'll get some extra special bonuses. I'm not going to tell you what they are. Jump onto the website and you'll see what they are. But remember, it's going to be easy. You'll need less than an hour a day to do it, which is fantastic, right? And you will have real-time implementation so you can start seeing what's working and what's not for you. Plus, you'll be supported by a whole group of like-minded individuals. If you got value from today's episode, please like and share this episode with 2 to 3 colleagues. By you sharing allows me to get that message out to more people like you that need some extra support to get ahead in their profession. Also, if you want to be the first to know when our new episode launches every Wednesday, then favorite the podcast wherever you listen to your podcast so that you get your notification every Wednesday morning. Until next week, my friends, to your success.